What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 36 of our Leipzig career mode, and today we are going to run through just as much as we can, really. We're just going to continue to go. Now, new season, looking at the squad, and I am struggling quite a bit to figure out what to do with a variety of different players now. Transfers as well. We're at a point in time where the squad is really, really good. And I don't necessarily want to move anyone on, but to bring people in, some people will have to go. If that's going to be the case, I mean, we have so many good players. And as you take a look here, I wasn't interested in playing Danny Olmo here at the moment, but I was trying him last year toward the end in midfield, and I didn't like him there either. So it's one of those things where we're struggling a little bit at the moment. I'd just bring Cunha in and probably leave it at that. I think we're going to give Sabitzer back his job this year ahead of Keita just to start at least, and then roll with the team this way. And we'll see. We can take a look at the transfer hub right now, but at the moment, it's just one of those things where all I have are just a bunch of players I would buy if somebody came along to nick a player or two. It's just one of those things. We have players in every position here. There's one player I really do want to buy. We'll see if we can do it here. I kind of want to turn this club into the new Bayern in terms of if we could force our hand, buy the best players in the country, and kind of grow ourselves that way, perhaps. We'll try it, but Giovanni Reina is someone I'm interested in using. I haven't used him in any FIFA yet. That's just one of those ones. So let's get a sim on this. But a couple players, I believe, are out on international duty. We're just going to quick sim through this, and we'll see what happens. But we're going to take a look at some buys, some bids, see some things happen. If they do, they do. If they don't, they don't. As Sissoko, he scored both goals as Tottenham beat us 2-0. Not ideal, but we're using that formation that doesn't really work in Sims, so it is what it is. But we'll see going forward. It's going to be a very strange window. And this year in general is just all about us trying to really go for everything once again, obviously, and then really put ourselves out there in terms of being one of the best players in our best teams in the world consistently. As Chelsea have a bid for Konate, £85 million. We're just going to reject that. Those two aren't going anywhere. Konate and Upamecano have been excellent, and they will stay at the club. But we have a ton of money, £200 million in budget, and I haven't the slightest clue what to do with it. I haven't the slightest clue. I mean, last year we didn't really have any problems at any point. We may go for another left back, perhaps, to get ahead of Sirachi. Sirachi's a good player, but, you know, having another left back, that might be a good option. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to really find good upgrades without being wildly unrealistic and stuff like that. I mean, I think a really good option would be Emerson, 27. We're just going to do it. 25 million to 32 million for Emerson here at Chelsea. He's not really a starter necessarily, so we'll come over and do sort of the same thing. But we're better, and I really don't know what's going on with the managers. It's just kind of something that my game is dealing with, so none of the managers are the proper managers, but we're just going to have to deal with that going forward. They want Kabak and 5 million. We're going to counter, propose new transfer fee. Oops. Up we go. My game is kind of strangely slowing down here. But hopefully we can bring him in. Oh, whoa, whoa. Did I keep Kabak on there? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, no, no, no. I kept Kabak on there. What have I done? I thought I removed the player. Hold on, hold on, hold on. We're going to delegate this and just give him nothing. And hopefully he just denies it. Yeah, that would be ideal. We're going to delegate that, and hopefully that gets rejected. I can't believe I've done that. Completely accidental, but we can go back later on and, you know, pick him back up. Very strange how that's gone down. I hate how they always offer back a player. Every single time now as we stay level. Hartman with the goal. As Juventus beat Tottenham. What a group we've been drawn in this preseason. Jesus. Atletico, Tottenham, and Juventus. A ridiculous, ridiculous group. As an offer is coming for Sabitzer. 108 million. No. The captain goes nowhere. He stays. He gets his job back. Keita was just playing so well last year. I just couldn't drop him. It's just one of those things. Interest in Zakarian. Offer is coming for Eduard for £42 million. Maybe this is one of the things to happen here. We're going to delegate this. If they offer 60 million for someone like Eduard, we have to let him go, right? I mean, we have Paulson who can play there, number one. We can buy someone else with that money. He's been a backup this whole time. He's not going to get ahead of Jovic. That'd be one of those ones we'd have to swap out. I mean, I imagine we'd just have to swap out. Alright, so they've backed off, which means Kabak goes nowhere, which is good. Which is necessary. Incredible stuff, that. We'll quick sim this match here as Lookman's been put in there for Nkunku. Odd team. It is a preseason, so it's not a big deal as Juventus beat us 2-0. Sigurdsson with one of the goals, along with Costa. Not too worried about going out early there. It's not like we need the money or anything like that. But we would have liked to go a little bit further. An offer's coming for Nkunku. 150 million for Nkunku. Crazy money from Barcelona. This is one of those really fun teams that starts with a load of good young players, and you don't really even need to do too much to the squad to turn it into a contender naturally, because their natural progression is just going to make a ton of them really, really good. And it seems that we've collected that here. Super Cup is with Bayern, 48 million. I think I'm going to let that go. I think I'm going to let Eduard go for 48 million. That's a pretty good turnaround. We paid 20-ish million for him. He played so well for us. He's the backup though, and it's tough to keep that going. Tough to keep him here when Arsenal come calling to give him a starting position. So let's take a look at strikers. Who do we want to bring in? Do we want to bring in anybody here? Mario Gomez is a good player. Alexander Isaac, of course, a great player. Gabriel Jesus is a little bit much. Morata? Dembele as well. We've got a couple players here who can play center forward and cam. What about Correa? A player I really, really like, between 44 and 61 million. We'll see what happens here, because he'll be kind of back up to everyone along the front three, which is a good thing to have. Offer a transfer fee. We'll just start with 40. Submit offer. And here we go. Eduard and 23 million. We're going to counter that. Remove exchange player. There we go. Propose new... I swear I did that last time. We'll just go to 43 and see what they say. They want 57. Propose new transfer fee. 50. 55. Let's go back down to 53. They wanted, we're going to get them for 53. They wanted Eduard and 23 million, and we're going to get him for Eduard and 5 million. That's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Let's negotiate. Joaquin Correa looks like he's going to come into the fold here. Become not a younger player, or a backup player, pretty much. I'm going to say important. That's what he had in mind. That's good. 4-year contract. Comfortable with that. He's currently on 100K or 100K a week. Let's see what he wants. He wants 83,000 a week. Just going to accept it. Bring him into the club. Joaquin Correa. Nicely done. And he will serve as the backup striker. And he can kind of just come in and play on either side here. This is a weird team that's been created all of a sudden. Oh, these guys are all on international duty. So it looks like Eduard's going to stay down there. Can I bring Klosterman back in? Yeah, I'm going to have to reset this team. Why in the world would they do this? I must have just clicked it wrong, essentially. We're going to have to go back for Emerson as well, but, you know, that's one of those things that happens, unfortunately. But it looks like we're going to be able to bring in Correa. A left back. We're going to try for Emerson. And then depending on what other things happen, we shall see. Who plays out there? Fekir. At the moment, Danny Elmo is on the bench ahead of Triumvogo. We've got a lot of good players. Tyler Adams is going to come onto the bench ahead of Sorloth. And Kunku is the other one who can come onto the bench ahead of Gravenberch. We've got a lot of good players. Who do we bring on to here? Oh, we have Voigt back as well. Voigt's a really good option. 78 overall there, growing very nicely out there on loan. But he's back, and it's how... God, we've got a lot of good players here. Bring him on ahead of Voigt for now. So I think that is good. But the squad is set up and ready to go for the new season. But at the moment, we still have a little bit more business to do. But we've bought in Correa. And hopefully, we will do a little bit more business as we go on. We're not going to get to any games today, I don't think. Giovanni Reina is someone I want to bring in. On offer is coming for Sabitza, 112 million from Liverpool. We're going to go ahead and reject that, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at Giovanni Reina. Now, Giovanni Reina is not going to be a player who plays a ton for us. He's 75 overall here. Valued at around 12 million. And it's just a player I kind of want to play with, and a player that would obviously grow into a proper good player. And here he is. Let's try and bring him in. Approach to buy between 11 and whatever other number that was, but he can play center forward. We're going to train him to play center forward. We're going to play on that left-hand side. Offer transfer fee. Just start at 11, see what they say. They want... no. Counter. Remove exchange player. Propose new transfer fee. Do 11.75. Up it a little bit. They want 13 and a 12% sell-on clause. Why not? Because he will not be sold while we were here. This is our last season here. What is he currently on in wages? It doesn't really say, but we'll say it in a minute because we did scout him. But Giovanni Reina coming into the club, that's another really good buy. That's one of those buys in real life that you'd really be excited about, but he's a lot better in real life than he is in game. Do I say sporadic? Is he comfortable with that? He's comfortable with sporadic. That's good. 5-year contract. He's comfortable with that. Disregard release clause. He's on 22K a week. Let's bump him up to 30. Why not? 200,000 bonus. He should accept and does. And there he is. Giovanni Reina in at the club. The left winger, left midfielder, whatever you want to call him. He is in at the club, and he will hopefully be a part of our season going forward. Got a lot of good players here. I'm completely open to moving Kluivert or Lookman on as well. But, you know, that's one of those ones where we don't really have a ton of spots open going forward. So to add another one, or another two in theory, to that spot, you know, you really kind of need to empty it a little bit. We might empty it by moving one of those two on. Lookman or Clivert, whichever one gets an offer if something happens. As Adams' position change has happened, and Edouard's also been sold. Let's take a look at Adams' development plan. And then we're going to go to Reyna's development plan as well. We'll just change his position to central midfield, only because we only changed that to central midfield because of how the game works. Our 3 in midfield doesn't really have a CDM necessarily, but we just kind of moved it in for just technical purposes, really. But we're going to move him to a center forward here, Giovanni Reyna. And that looks like it'll take 4 weeks. Interest is coming for Tapsoba. Sociedad, 54 million. He's a good center back, that kid. He's going to be very, very good. He's good already. A youngster at Leverkusen, but it looks like he will be off to a different spot. 54 million pounds to Sociedad. An offer is coming for Klosterman from Manchester City for 100 million pounds. We have a lot of money sitting in our team right now. People will pay a ton of money for our players. I mean, we've had, what, 4 offers come in already over 100 million. One came in at 143 million. There's just a ton of players here that are just really good. Incredible players, really. I haven't got one for Dani Olmo in yet. Dani Olmo's one of those ones I'd be comfortable maybe moving on. As I said, because we're struggling to find a spot for him to play. As an offer is coming for Kabak. Not going to happen. Offer coming for Kanate as well. They're willing to offer Ndombele and 15 million. No thank you. We'll reject that. We'll reject the offer for Kabak, who will be staying here this year. As the bids come in for Pongracic. Another pretty decent center back. We were looking at him originally for 3rd option. But, you know, it did not work out. And we went with Kabak instead, who's got quite a few very big suitors in real life, seemingly. That ain't too bad, is it? An offer has come in for Limer. We've offered Eriksson and 40 million. Limer, another player whose value is very, very high, who, if he were to get a straight cash offer, a lot of money would be sitting there. But we are moving forward toward this Super Cup game. As I said, we won't play today, but as transfers go, we are still looking at some things. People are looking at our players. We're going to see if we can bring Emerson in now, after we got screwed out of it last time. Approach to buy. What did we offer last time? 26-ish? Oh, well, because we offered a ton of money plus Kabak. Offer transfer fee. We'll just offer 26 million straight up. They're always looking for players. I absolutely hate that. Remove exchange player. Propose new transfer fee. They're comfortable with that. 26 million for Emerson. And we are going to upgrade our backup left back position by the looks of it. A good player. Definitely willing to move abroad, I would think. Do I do rotation at 81 overall? He's comfortable with rotation. Incredible stuff. I didn't think he'd be comfortable with rotation, but he is. 4-year deal. No release clause. We'll accept. And he wants 79k a week and a £700,000 signing bonus, but that's fine. I don't mind having the extra wages for the talent at left back. So now Angelino has a really good backup. Of course, Sirachi's a good player, and he'll get a couple games this year, but it's not as good necessarily as Emerson. So it's just one of those things where, you know, we upgrade when we can, and we upgrade, and we're at a point now where it's very difficult to upgrade our team in general. So we're just going to have to move on to it that way. But only a couple more days until this episode's done and dusted. We'll see if we can get some more offers in or not. As that says, top scorer Jovic in demand. Juventus have offered $40 million for Tyler Adams. Not going to happen. Tyler Adams is someone I might look to bring into a future career mode. Someone we could move in and have become a starter in our team. It's just difficult to get ahead of Leimer. It's very difficult. You're going to struggle. Leimer is so good. I mean, our midfield in general is really, really good. It's a struggle. It's a struggle to get in there. He grows into a really good player as well, so it's not like we're kind of avoiding him or anything like that. It's just very difficult to get past Leimer into our midfield. So, I mean, not much more we can say about the matter, but, you know, it is what it is. As we approach the Super Cup, which will happen next episode. Only a couple more days here. It does not look like anything will happen, and then something happens. An offer for Nkunku. They've upped their offer £10 million more than what Barcelona offered, £152 million. How do you even deny that? If this were Football Manager, then maybe. Not maybe, I might just do it for £150 million. Not very often do you get offers like that for players in Football Manager. But Danny Olmo wants to play. An offer is coming for Jovic, $64 million. We'd have to get an incredible offer to move Jovic on because he had such a great year last year, and you know, don't want to move him on that quickly. But that'll be it. Next episode, we'll get into the season. We have the Super Cup. And then we have the European Super Cup, and then we have Dortmund as well. So we may get 3 games in there very, very quickly, guys. That's a tough start. That's a really tough start. The Super Cup, the German Super Cup, then the European Super Cup, and then Dortmund to start off our season. It's going to be tough. When do we play Bayern? Later on in the year in November, which everyone will be kind of into the season by then, so we'll see what happens, guys. But that is going to be it. I hope you folks have enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more. And peace.